Okay, I guess we shall proceed. Mirror polished stainless steel. It was a big project, and actually, the base that we moved it onto is like the one in Morningstar in the center of Expo. After having done that, it gave me the idea for there. This was a commission. A couple wanted some big sculptures for their garden, so they commissioned some local artists, and I was one. This is about 4 meters, granite from northern Ontario. And this is actually a similar motif that I did in New Zealand. It's called synchronicity. The shapes come in from both sides of the stone, and when they meet, they create that hexagonal shape, and that's the sort of the moment of the synchronous moment. Another public art commission. Actually, this material is left over from Morningstar. These are all the parts that were cut off, creating the pieces for Morningstar. So I built a 23-foot column, not unlike Paradigm, but these are 90-degree triangles, so it's an odd shape, unlike Paradigm. It's all mirror polished.
Where was that one?
That's in Dayton, Ohio. It was a public art, state public art project for a technology center. Another in the Synchronicity series for a university. It's a Baptist university near where I live. It's very close to the expo site. This is in Inner Mongolia in the city of Ordos. It was commissioned for the Peace and Friendship Park that they were putting together, honoring something I don't recall. Again, it's related to Paradigm, mirror stainless steel, but a much different shape than Paradigm. And again, 30 feet high. This, back home in my studio, I had some material left over from a project. Actually, these bars were put inside the square tubes that made up the interior structure of Paradigm. So I had these bars left over. So I got the idea to make a linear version of the Russian piece. So that's it for the spread of the work. If you are not totally burned out, I can show you some pictures of Paradigm and Morningstar if you're at all interested. It's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's installing the tubes or quite what he's doing, but when they installed it, they were climbing up. Maybe they were installing the lights. Here's Paradigm. And if you remember those plaster figures, art plasters. Yeah. There's 2 of them at the City Hall building. Was that it? The government building? The 2, yeah. Yeah. Land's office building. Here's a close-up, looking up.
Is that swirl marks from the brushing it? Or?
Yeah. This is one piece, and we cut out the hole and then bent it. And then we had all these bent pieces and some half pieces, and they're all welded together at every corner. And all those welds had to be ground down to create a clean corner. And then the outside surface was surfaced with grinding cup wheels to texture it so it would reflect the light. So it was a huge job. Here's a shot with the lights, like early evening with some of the lights on. I'm not that good a photographer, so I didn't do a very good job.
Big slides, wouldn't they?
These are off of slides, yeah. I didn't have digital back then. Yeah, different world. This is the Queensland Art Gallery in the background, and this is the base, which looks about 1 meter, roughly, cement base. Here's site, if you remember the expo site.
How long did they leave that there?
6 months.
It was a beautiful expo. The creative director was John Truscott from Melbourne. He was a theater designer. He had done a number of movies and certainly lots of theater, and so he was, you know, like a painter. So expo site was very visually beautiful. Had a lot of lights. He was really into light and artwork and murals and all the figures. So I think he put together a particularly good expo. Just another view. This is, I climbed to the top and shot looking down. So the edges, they all lined up. It was, I'm amazed that we did such a good job. It was straight.
So it was made in sections in the States and then shipped over?
7 sections.
Wow.
Let's see if I have a site. Well, here are the pieces under the bridge.
Is this like now? Where it's
Well,
recent photo?
12 months ago.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not longer.
Each one of these is 13 feet high. And so we started the first one, built up to 13 feet, and we'd lay it down, start the next one off of that, get it started, then take it off and build up, lay it down, start the next one, build up, and so on. The topmost piece was 18 feet, but it's probably the lightest because it's thinner, slightly thinner material in the internal structure.
Is that one of your photos, Peter? Or?
I can't remember who sent me this. Here's Morning Star and Botanical Gardens. Back at Expo site. There's the neon installation. There were kind of like 4 different color sections. I think it was the seasons was the theme. It was a huge structure. Boy, it's just humongous. So I guess that's it for the expo. Great. Well, thank you for appreciate you coming by.